Hello, everyone. I am Romeo Kattookaran, director, producer, and actor of Never Stop Climbing. I have with me my big buddy Nuri Bauswell. He is a cinematographer on our Never Stop Climbing. Thank you for joining me for this conversation today, Nuri.
Well, thank you for having me, brother. You know I'm always here with you.
I know. You are my big buddy. I always call you big buddy. So, Nuri, let's go to. I want to know something about our. Anyway, it's going to be released on October 21st. So I need to want to know something about our project. So, how do you plan for a shoot? What does the creative process look like? What do you think?
Oh well, how I plan for a shoot is first of all, I like to get the if it's a music video, I like to get the song, review the song, listen to it, find elements in it that I can visualize. You know, as far as video. Once I get that, or try to find a story. You know, some music videos you can attach a whole storyline to it, or some videos you can just grab elements of a scene and put it together. You know, elements of scenario setups and stuff like that, and then I like to put it all together. And once I go from there, I like to try to find what type of focal lengths and stuff I want to use. If I want a lot of depth of field involved in the project, or if I want a lot of in focus, just everything focused, just all out, 5.6, 8.6, f-stops or whatnot. If I want everything sharp or something sharp, focus on certain things, just try to build, the creative concept around the song. Once I can do that, then I can start trying to draw little storyboards and see what everything works from beginning to end. Now, if it's a movie, it's kind of the same way, except for you kind of stuck to telling the story at that point. So everything is basically revolving around telling the story of that film. You got a screenplay, and you basically got to tell the story of that screenplay scene for scene. So the concept still applies with, what type of focal lengths you want to use, what certain shots, ECUs, extreme close-ups, stuff like that, standard shots, medium shots, wide shots, gimbal shots, crane shots. What do I want to use to bring out those specific parts in that story? You know what I mean? So it all starts with reading it, understanding it, and visualizing it to a certain point. And then, like they say, cameras and equipment is nothing but tools. Time to build.
Yes. Cool. So, and I know we did some wonderful job. So, next, I just want to know about how do you decide to go on with a project or not?
How I decide to move forward on the project is what type of if I'm feeling it or not. Like I can get projects from multiple different peoples, but some projects I don't have that feeling for it. And of course I'm a professional, so most of my jobs are paid work, but it's not always about the money, because if I'm just not in tune with the job or the project, or if I don't have a feeling for it, that I won't be able to produce great work on it. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
I won't be able to do a good job and be like overwhelmingly creative and be able to produce great work if I don't have an interest in it.
Yes.
So how I decide to move forward with the project is if I develop a genuine interest for it.
Yes. Yeah, when I came there to first time, I feel that, you just want to know what's going on, what is exactly we are going to do, the story, for a wonderful day when we do that. So yeah, I like that attitude, if we don't like it, we don't go with that. So we need to get satisfaction first before we start a project, right?
Right.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And next, I want to know about what got you motivated to be part of Never Stop Climbing.
Well, your pitch is what got me motivated, and your pitch was genuine. You know, your whole concept around it, you know, and not only that, just the music,
Yeah.
very catchy. You know, it caught the music itself caught me, and then the context surrounding it of what you was trying to accomplish, the message you was trying to bring, the creativity and the production value that you yourself brought into the scenario. That's what got me motivated to do that.
Yes, yes,
You
yes.
know, and that's what got me motivated to even look up how we could advance, you know, my side of the work, you know, what we could invest in to make it better than what I already had in my arsenal. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what got me motivated, man. Just the whole creativity and everything you brought to it, you know, and the song, you know, it's real catchy.
Yes, yes.
And
Yeah,
we need more of that out there in the world today. And if we the ones that can do it, let's do it. You know what I mean? We need
yes, yes, that's right.
more motivation, you know,
Yes.
take away from all the depression. You know what I mean? It's a lot of depression, a lot of, you know, people with mental illness, a lot of things that we can get focused on that brings us down, but let's now release something that can lift people up, you know? So I was right on board, man. Let's get it. We got it. Here we are, right?
Yes, yes, we got it. Same thing as you said, the song, in the location, once we play the song for the shoot, the people who hold there, they also humming that song. Once they heard a couple of times, they start humming,
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
yeah,
it's
I remember that. Yes,
catchy, sure.
song, yeah. So next one, I know everything about you, and you share all your, uh, cinematographer journey to me. I know everything. So, but our people and our friends, our team, they want to know more about you. That's why I just ask you this question. Question is, what has been your journey to being a cinematographer? What were the challenges you faced?
Well, you know, it's, I want to say you always hear the same old story of people telling you that you can't do it, you know.
Yes.
That bus didn't stop at me. I went through the same thing. A lot of people telling me that I can't do it. You know, I've went through a lot of people who've you know, who've taken me for granted, who've used, you know, my creativity. I've even you know, worked hard to, you know, build you know, equipment to do what I need to do, and you know, then it's no longer a part of me because it's been taken, you know. So it's a lot of struggles and a lot of people, you know, telling me I can't do it. And then I battle alcoholism, I battle homelessness,
Yes, yes, I know.
you know, and it's been a lot of times where I thought I'd give up, but I couldn't. You know, I couldn't. Something inside of me just wouldn't. It was almost like it was in my blood to where that's what kept my heart pumping. So I just came out of the trenches and started teaching myself. When I was homeless, used to spend a lot of time at the library. And
Great.
huh?
That's great. You spend on the library.
Oh yeah, we used to spend a lot of time at the library. So I used to always do a lot of research, whether it be world issues all the way down to cinematography books of learning. You know, learning how to you know, be more advanced with cinematography and audio editing and field audio production, post production. You know, stuff like that. And it's a lot of good material in the library to just simply read in a book, you know, instead of watching a YouTube video or something.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, it was if you want to be good, you got to train yourself, you know. And I do a lot of I spend a lot of time training myself, man. You know what I mean? And I love it.
Yeah.
It's a huge interest.
Yeah, hats off to you for that because you never relapse and spend time, find some time for the library to learn more, even when you are that in bad condition, and you recover from that and look where you are now. You working a full-time job in one factory and same time you chase your passion and an award-winning cinematographer now. So Nuri, hats off to you, man. Good.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. And next one. How do you overcome challenges? What makes you never give up?
What makes me never give up, man, is just always being able to see the finish line right here.
Yes. Yes.
You know what I mean? I see the finish line right here, and it's like I see the excitement. I see the feeling of accomplishment. I see it right here. You get what I'm saying? So that's what makes me never give up because I want to get there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I want to get to that sense of accomplishment. I want to get to that sense of pride of being able to accomplish something that might have not been so easy to do. You know, because you know just as well as I know, man, it's never easy when we go out there to try to put this stuff together. It's a brick wall after brick wall. It's a letdown after letdown. It's a process. But see, you can see the end result here.
Yeah.
And that's where you some people give up, but because I can see what happens in the end or what I feel like I want to happen in the end, you know, you set that goal and that's where you want to get to. I got to keep going because I know on the other side is, you know, the grass is greener on the other side. You know, that's the best way I can explain it, man. Like
Good.
you see it, bro.
Yes,
You
yes,
see it in
I
your
see it.
mind.
You know
See it
what?
in your mind, and the only way to make it come reality is to
Yes,
keep going at it. You know what I mean?
You know, in our first movie, A Wonderful Day, I wrote a dialogue. You know, the Steve told to Jeffrey, never give up, man. Never give up. Did you remember that dialogue?
Yeah.
He said about his situation, how bad he is, and he encouraged him, and he said, never give up. And he told his past and he show him how he is now. So that's motivate him and he start job. That was a
Well,
wonderful.
it's just like at a couple of jobs, bro. I worked at. I talked to owners of the jobs just to get a little idea of what they went through to get to the point to where they at. You know, these are owners of aerospace company, automotive companies. You know, one I'm not going not to be so off subject, but I worked for a plant where a man came in. You know, it was owned by a Caucasian guy, and then it got bought out by an African American guy, and it got bought out for $300 million. So of course, I wanted to talk to that guy and find out just how did he get to that level of success to where he can just come from Texas and buy a $300 million automotive faculty in here in Grand Rapids. And bro, if you look at what all they've been through, some people are just not willing to make those sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not built for that kind of success because the sacrifices that these people make, man, are just something you just wouldn't want to do.
Yeah.
And then, so, him going through the military, going through this, a lot of, and one thing that they all had in common when I talked to them is the amount of relationships that they go through.
Yes, yes.
The divorces that they go through, the foreclosures on their homes that they go through, having to just so much sacrifice, man, that people just don't want to go through that. And they go through that stuff to be as successful as they are, and to be in control of their own destiny. Because, you got people that are successful, but they're not in control of their own destiny, these people are successful in controlling their own destiny. So
yeah. You know, when we shoot on the Mary, it was a worst situation here because everything is closed, all the bans happened, and hospitals are full, no ambulance, no police car, but our main location is hospital, right? I wrote the story, and after finish the script, I don't know where I can start, but there is a way for everything, you know. Once we move forward, once we step on it, then keep thinking on it, the doors are open for us. Yeah, so that is the
you have to be able to, but man, that drive, that ambition, that motivation, it just don't stop.
yes.
And I've noticed as I move forward with a lot of my work here and try to produce more and more content, I've noticed that people just don't have that drive and that determination. It's not built for everybody.
Yes, you're right.
It may sound fun, it may seem fun, it may look fun. You give it a shot and you realize how time consuming it is, how much work it is, how much effort it requires. And then next thing you know, I don't hear from people no more.
You're right.
It becomes more easier to just go take a naked picture and put it on Instagram. You know what I mean?
There is no creativity on it.
Right.
Yeah. So next one is one question really I want to know. How was your experience working with me and the team?
Well, I'm sure you already know the answer to that, man. I wouldn't be traveling down there every 2 weeks. You know what I mean? I love working down there with you, man. I want to get together on another film project with you down there.
Yes.
I had a ball. I had a ball, man. You brought some great people on board with that project. And it's always nice to come down there and work with you and all the great people that you get involved.
Mm-hmm.
The two leading female actresses or video vixens, for lack of better words. I love meeting them. They were some kind, wonderful, very open-minded. Great to work with people, the women. It's always nice, man. It's always nice to come down there and chop it up with old Romeo. Romeo worked out Romeo.
Cool. Yeah, I'm happy to hear that, Nuri. I know we were a lot of fun in the locations every time,
Yeah.
So it was nice. That's why I always like to work with you too. You always know what I'm thinking. What I want to do. Once I say one situation, and sometimes it's very hard for me to explain to you, but you know what I mean.
Right.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, so, I know what you mean, and I know where it's like I can take what you mean and say, okay, well, if we did this, it'd be a little better. Think about that, and you're like, yeah, well, let's roll with that, or you might say, well, let's try it, and it just keeps going to the level of perfection.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Cool. And the next one. Can you tell us about a memory from the sets of Never Stop Climbing? We have a lot of funs there.
You know what one of the funniest memories is? Where you wanted us to walk half a mile to another location with symbol. I told you, okay, if we're gonna do that, then you carry this.
I know, you told me, man, I'm hungry. I can't walk
it anymore. Like, yeah, this is heavy.
You're supposed to carry this.
That was funny.
Yeah. That we talked about yesterday, when I was with Angela and Christina yesterday, and we talked about that, those funny incidents, what happened. Yeah, and last one. How would you describe your own shoot experience of the music video?
every time I try to do a project, I try to challenge myself to do things different or something probably unusual than I would have did in the last projects or the projects or every project prior. So I think, being in that situation where, like in Chicago with all the tall buildings and a lot of the stuff like that, I mean, it was already in your plans to incorporate a lot of that in the video because it was Never Stop Climbing tall buildings, stuff like that. But just the ability to try to shoot and reflect those tall buildings, that was I'm not gonna say it was a challenge, but it was really interesting to do. To try to take a lot of your scenes and get that Chicago tall building look in there, and I think we accomplished it for the most part.
Yes.
A lot of nice, especially the one by the water where y'all was doing the dance steps closer to the end, and I kind of brought nice little kind of gimbalish crane shot down and those beautiful buildings in the back. And
Yes.
I like that shot.
Yes. Yeah, anyway, it's going to be released on October 21st. We're almost there this coming Friday at 8 a.m. CST. So it should be 9 a.m. On your time. So it's going to be released on 4 different platforms. So, we are waiting. Everyone is waiting to watch that,
I know I'll be looking out for it.
Yeah. Anyway, this is great talk to you, Nuri, and is so happy you be here with us today. And when I talked to Vandana, I told her I really want to be Nuri part of the conversation, so that's why she make arrangement with you. And thank you to Vandana and you to come and talk with us for our project. Thank you, Nuri, my big buddy.
On the top of the world.